Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Love You Show. My name is Ashley, and this is my co-host Andrew, where we teach you the fundamentals about self-love, self-care, and self-acceptance. And today's topic is
We're going to check in with Ashley. It's been about 6 months, and we're going to talk about relationships. And I started watching a program yesterday called Couples Therapy, and I texted Ashley and said, "You got to watch this." And so we thought we'd draw on what we were watching on the program in relationship to this class, in relationship to relationships, and how to make them work.
yeah,
And I wanted to check in because it's been 6 months since your relationship ended,
about 8 months.
about 8 months.
Yeah,
And maybe the audience is a little curious about how you're doing, how it's going, and we'll start there and then we'll talk a little bit about the program.
yeah.
Okay?
I know that we wanted to film this last week, but I'm glad that we waited because I think I just really needed to think about what was going on in the conversation. Like I had told you, I spoke to my ex and he wanted closure, and I felt like I needed closure, but I didn't really know what that closure was. I think I was letting everyone else tell me that I needed something, so I was looking for something. But at the same time, I think just hearing from him and hearing what he wanted to say was the closure that I needed to know that nothing's changed and nothing will change. And everything that I've done, how do I say this? Everything that I've done, I've taken the steps to remove myself from those choices I made with this person, the life that I chose to live with them. And I've had to be able to just get back to being by myself and being okay with that and enjoy finding the things that I used to once love, and understanding when I do miss that person and where that feelings are coming from. Is it the feeling that I actually miss this person, or is it the feeling of missing that thing of having someone there? And so
So,
that's
so how do you separate it?
I really look at it like, what is that thing that's triggering it, and what's that thing that comes to me. And I think it's just having sharing being able to share those moments with somebody, like going out and doing things.
And have you been able to fill that void?
I deal with it when it comes.
But
What do
I
you
mean, is there
mean?
somebody in your life that you like hanging out
Oh
with?
yeah, like I love hanging out with Denim and I love hanging with my puppies, and then meeting new people, building relationships from there, being able to rekindle old friendships with people. Like it's been enjoyable, and it's been nice.
Yeah. So I think what your nutshell of what you're saying about the relationship that ended is that you've moved on. Getting back in touch only reinforced why you left in the first place.
Yes.
Okay. So when we watched that program yesterday, and you watched many more episodes than I did, I
I
got through
binged.
six. Yeah.
Yeah, I binged watched last night. Like I looked down at my watch and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock and I'm already on the eighth episode. I'm gonna have to put a pause on here." Like within the first 5 minutes of this show, I texted you like, "Fuck, like this is intense." To see these couples come in there and have their issues, but for them to really be able to work out why they have these issues with themselves that are being projected onto their partner, and their partner reacting the way they are, it was hard to watch. I mean, it had my attention, but I say it's hard to watch because it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of things that they need to work on with each other and within themselves. And it was good. It was
Yeah.
really, really good.
And I think that the themes that keep coming up on each of the couples is the themes around freedom and trust, and what's love have to do with it when your freedom's been compromised and your trust has been compromised. And I think the other theme, Ashley, that we've talked a lot about in the class is that people have these expectations of how somebody should be, and they spend most of their time trying to force that person into being that person. And over time, that person doesn't want to do it anymore. You know, and
That's when
what,
people start to check out.
that's what deteriorates the relationship. So when I think about the couples that we watched yesterday, they cared enough about the relationship to get help, but
Doing the work.
doing the work around expectations and trying to get people to be something they're not is the work that needs to be done, right? So when we go into relationships, it's great to have an idea of what you want, what you would prefer in a relationship, and I don't think people do this.
Yeah.
So we revisited this. I thought it was funny this morning that I would print this again. This sheet of paper now is 4 years old, and this is a list that Ashley created 4 years ago of what she would prefer in a relationship.
Yes.
And I read the list. Last relationship, I read the list, and there was maybe half of it that Ashley had.
Yeah.
Maybe half.
Yeah. There was a lot of like more than 5 things that this person did not have in this list. And
today's list of somebody that you're just checking out right now, which they had 19 out of the 20. And why that's important is that I think that it's valuable to think about what you want so that when you meet somebody, you know whether that's going to be a match. Because compatibility is the hard part of a relationship. Love is the easy part. So if we watch those couples, the love is there.
yeah, it's the compatibility.
It's the compatibility.
And you watch them say it.
Over and over.
The compatibility. We're not compatible anymore. We were once compatible. Now we're not. Or we don't speak the same language. And we don't do the same things anymore.
So love got them there at
Yeah.
the beginning. Love keeps them together. Love brought them to therapy. And it's the compatibility that destroys the relationship, because we go into these relationships not knowing if we're really compatible or not until we're in them. So when we revisit these themes, the reason that trust gets compromised is because they're not compatible.
They don't have the same values.
They don't have the same values. They don't have the same likes or dislikes. And over time, it just gets illuminated more. So here you are 8 months later, right?
Yes.
Yes. And to end today's session, I'd like you to think back on the issues of compatibility, love, having an idea of what you want in a relationship and how that all works now that you have gone through this, and you can look back in a mind that's pretty much accepting of what happened.
Yeah. Where am I now?
Yeah, and in relationship to those themes.
I'm no longer in a rush to be in a relationship with someone. I think it's just being able to meet people and be comfortable with being yourself, because that's the person that they're going to either like or dislike. So not trying to, I say this because this is what I'm going through now, and watching that show just made me realize that I don't want to rush anything. I think being able to take the time and be friends with somebody and build a connection and a relationship there before even thinking, oh, is this someone I can date or be in a relationship with? It just made me really like slow things down and be happy with myself, and that I don't need to rush anything.
The other thing I think that has changed in you is that I think you realize that you're a valuable human being and that you're worthy
Yeah.
of something valuable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it took you work to get to the point where you can sit here. Because when I think about you in a relationship with somebody, I think, wow, that person is friggin' lucky to get you, because I know you.
Yeah.
You know, and if you give the people the opportunity to know you,
Yeah.
then they're getting quite a gift
Yeah.
when they're in a relationship with you. So I just wanted to close today with a really big distinction so people don't misinterpret our lesson. There's a difference between a preference in a relationship and an expectation. A preference is this list that what you're looking for, and you're going to keep looking until you find what you would prefer to have in a
Yes.
relationship. An expectation is when that person doesn't have that quality and you try to make them have that quality. That's what destroys relationships. Any closing thoughts? Oh, we do have a date that we want to tell people about.
Oh yeah.
June 1st.
Hold on. Let me wipe my nose.
So after you wipe your nose, tell the people what's happening June 1st. For sure,
Okay,
for sure.
hold on. Let me wipe my face. So we have a special announcement to make. So June 1st, we are finally, right? Finally going to be launching OnlyFans. I know we've said this a couple of times and we've pushed the date, but it's because we're really working on this. We really want to bring you well thought out content, and that this isn't something that we're just throwing together just because we want to do it. We're doing it because we have this reason and this vision of what we want our OnlyFans to eventually be. And we're excited to finally launch the date, June 1st. It's my birthday month.
I don't think I can live through another birthday month. Subscriptions will be free for the first
24 hours. So be ready, June 1st.
birthday month.
To subscribe to OnlyFans. And I can't wait. And remember, it's all ages content. So don't let the name fool you. Thank you again for watching our Love You show, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please let us know how you felt about it, or if you have any questions down below, like and comment, and make sure that you're subscribed to get those notifications.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
And by the way, our videographer, he, what did he just tell us?
That he's well in, what was it? Credit? Good credit,
Yes,
right?
good. He said, Eddie, I forget.
He said good dick.
What?
Good dick and good credit. I might not have good credit, but my
There you go.
My investment portfolio.
Okay, keep that in.